in the summer of 2012, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's a huge shock because you literally feel like you've been given a death sentence. I think the biggest thing is actually coming to terms with that piece of news, because it fills you every waking second. And for me, I had no knowledge of cancer. I didn't have anybody in my close family, so I didn't really know what much of this meant. And you get the medical jargon and the hospital system, not knowing your way around that. So it just feels like you've landed in this alien world. In the early days when you first get this diagnosis, just talking about it so that you can compute the information really and process what's going on in your mind. So it's really useful to have people around you. Some practical help. So, for example, I now follow quite a lot of lifestyle changes to keep well despite my diagnosis, and that's actually a lot of work to source the things that I need and to prepare them. And so practical help is really good, because that keeps your spirits up as well. I think what's happened to me, and I think it's happened to many people that I know who've gone through a similar diagnosis to me, is your strong relationships. Like for me, that's my sister in particular and my niece. And I've got a really good friend that I've had since I was, 16. And those relationships get stronger. And those people feel like they are your rocks. And when everything else is shifting around you and you don't feel like you've anything to hold on to, then they are the ones you do have to hold on to. And then I think there's some other surprises. So there are other instances where people you would consider really quite good friends, and they cannot handle this news. So I don't think I'm alone in this. Again, I speak to many people who've had a similar diagnosis to me, and there are people that I now see very, very little of, if at all. And it feels as though it's the cancer that's come between us, nothing else. You meet some brilliant, caring people, but they are very stretched. So if you go to, a typical breast cancer clinic, then and you see how many women there are there and how busy they are, they haven't really got the time to spend with you that you might need. So I think there is a concentration on your medical symptoms and the illness, but the person isn't very well looked after. And that's actually to the detriment of care, I think, because you don't suddenly become an illness. You are still a person with this illness, and that care isn't really there.